Maybe. Okay, I'm doing a test right now, folks. Test run. About to get into the show, so give me a few minutes. Let me, probably not a few, just give me a second or two. All right, and let's see what's happening here. Okay, so we're gonna treat both of these the same way. Awesome. All right. Oh, come on. This screen can't be accessed again. Trying to manage this. This is not in the screen. Let's cut it off. Okay. Awesome. All right, guys. Okay, so what's happening here? I gotta rename this. I got two streams going at the same time. I don't know why the other one I can't seem to change the title. Give me a second. Okay. I think I'm ready. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing. And if it works, everything is cool. All right? See, that needs to change. Fine, I'll do that later. What happened? This thing is on repeat. Okay, we're cool. All right, I'm finally live, guys. All right, I'm finally live. Let's see if I can pull this off. Let's see if I can pull it off. All right, so I'm gonna tilt this just a little bit. Just don't mind me. Okay, there you go. If you knew what's been happening the last couple of days, right? Now I know what happened. Now I actually know what happened, and I thought I was going nuts. And I said, listen, I've and this is coming from someone where in 1990, I think it was, no, 98, bought my first computer, right? Spent a lot of money at that time. It was like over $2,000. Like close to 3, bought a compact computer, and I learned to upgrade it. I learned to put memories, my memory cards. I downloaded software. I was really trying to get in. It came with the printer. By the winter, because I bought it like fall. By winter, they already upgraded. The memory expanded, right? And I was like, God, I should have waited till next year. But you don't know these things. So I kind of figured I was pretty decent with taking care of my stuff. I've always been able to install new stuff. I even, partitions and all the other stuff, right? And now, I didn't realize that YouTube had changed its what's available to OBS, and there's a couple of stream difference. So, last couple of days, man, I'm just having the worst possible time with streaming. Everything was getting stuck, and so I'm working my way through it. So what I'm doing now to make sure, I have a vertical live that's happening right now on one side, and I have another one that's kind of an overhead well, it's a wider version, horizontal version, and it's going to also give you an overhead view of what I'm working on. So what I'll do in each live, I'm going to put the link to the other one, right? So if someone just want to see the vertical, they can just swipe up, and I believe the vertical probably have less commercials and stuff like that. I'm not sure how that works. And if they want to see an overhead view of the stuff, they can hit the other link. So that's what I'm going to end up doing right now, and then I'm going to get started on the test. Okay. So yeah, there's some changes I'm getting acclimated with. So just kind of bear with me as I work my way through this right now. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the view. I'm going to share the live link first, and then I'm going to get started, and then we'll figure out the day as we go. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so now the thumbnail on one of these is yesterday's thumbnail for some reason. Because for some reason, it wouldn't allow me to upload my thumbnail. So I have to figure out what's going on with that, right? Anyway, I have to figure out why it's doing that. I'll get it done, man. Just know that about me. I'm going to get it done. All right, so there we go. So let me get a shareable link. I'm going to go into this guy here. I'm going to paste the link here. So I'm going to put link to overhead, all right? Link to horizontal view, right? Link to wider view. I don't want to confuse anybody. Okay. All right. Bam. Right? And then, if I do this right, okay, I get a shareable link from this guy, and then, guys are like, what the hell are you doing, bro? Hey, Dave, what's up, man? And then this one should be linked to vertical, right? Dave, I'm still working my way through these things. Link to vertical. I think I got it, though. All right, let's see if I did this right, Dave. Let's see if I did this right, man. Monroe Vacs, how can I help you? Hey, Dad. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. S3681. Okay. I'm sorry about that. She was filling in for me. Didn't see any notes, but my apologies. Okay. Let me get on it for you. Let's see. Let me see something here. Oh, okay. For the I guess the canister version, right? Wheel for that. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah. So you just need one wheel. Is that it? It won't stay on. Yeah, no problem. That could be a nuisance. It's a pretty good cleaner, by the way. Yeah. How long you've had it? Okay. Understand. Well, how's this? I see that it's in stock. What I'm going to do for you, I will actually be the one calling you back myself. My name is Wayne, okay? So we do have it. It's about $6 for the one. And I'm going to check to see if we have it here at the shop. Either way, I have it at the warehouse. So one way or the other, you're going to get it, okay? Is that fair? Yeah. So allow me to write your phone number down, and then I'm gonna call you back in about an hour. Just give me about an hour, okay? Hour or two, actually, probably about 2 hours. Yeah. Okay. Help me with that first name again and the phone number. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, great. Okay, Doug. I will get right back to you shortly, all righty? You're welcome. Yes, sir. All right. Boom! Let's do this. All right. So, Dave, let's see if I can manage both of these properly. Because it looked like one way or the other. Okay, we're gonna get this done, and I'm not gonna let it stop me. So, let's do this. Let me turn this light on. Let's see if the light's gonna be better with this light. Okay. All righty. Dave, everything looks good. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I'm real close to the camera here, man. That's a real close up. Let's see if we can. it's like, damn, I'm really up under the camera there, Dave. And I need to pull the other one down here so I can see it, and then we're gonna get started, man. Okay. I gotta pull the other one. Let me get the overhead look. Let's see what it looks like. What's going on? Let's see what it looks like, man. Gosh, Dave. I know it's plugged in, but why is it acting like this? I'm not seeing anything. I tell you, it's one thing. If it's not one thing, it's another thing, Dave. Yeah. All right. Give me a second there. I'm gonna have to just kind of reset my camera here, see if I can unplug it and plug it back in. This guy, decide. I mean, hey, look. When I said it was the streaming demon thing, right? I was just joking, right? But but stuff happens, and you just have to deal with it, man. You know, just like deal with whatever comes, and just kind of just deal with it. And that's it. That's all I can do. Let me see. Maybe I can load this way. I have this little anchor thing with all my little ports and everything. So maybe, let me see if I can do that, if that'll work. Light? Oh, no light. All right. Don't worry about it. Then I'm just going to shift the camera to the overhead look. So Dave, if you want to use the vertical, I'll put the link in the description. Not description, in the chat. And then we'll go from there. And we'll figure it out. I'm not gonna knock my brains out today, but I will get this thing done. So, what you may end up doing, I may just end up shifting the camera this way so you can see what I'm doing with this test. These guys over here can still see me. So, Dave, if you want to switch over to the vertical, it's more than happy to do so. It should be right in the link, and you can do that. Okay? All right, and figure it out. Once don't figure this thing out, man. I'm not gonna worry about it. All right. Okay, so I did a show the other day, and let me just knock this guy down here. What I'm gonna end up doing. So most of the show for this one might just look like this. Okay, not gonna really see me on this side. All right, how's that? Okay, and I want to be able to see the other. I want to see the other camera. All right, so let me see if I can open up that other camera, and then, man, we'll be happy, man. Everything is fantastic. Everything is great. Okay, exit. No issues in my tissues. So I'm opening a new link. Great, and then we're gonna move this link down here so I can see it. I can see both happenings. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, and as these changes are going on, man, we're just gonna deal. I'm not gonna stress my brain. I know I'm intentions are in the right place, and we're gonna do it. All right, here we go. Now we're all set. I got this guy here, and everything seemed to be responding a lot slower than normal. I don't know. So this is what happened, guys. Last time I explained that a vacuum, and I did a video like this like years ago, right? But I have it archived. So I figured let me bring it back so people can get a visual of what I was really trying to explain to them, okay? And maybe I can kind of break it down a little smoother. So you have a vacuum cleaner, and you're like, man, you know, it seemed to be cleaning, but it seems like something is off, and I'm not quite sure. How do I test it? Now, I showed a tissue test the other day, okay? So what I'm going to do, this is a grain test. Now, what I have here is now we sell these fragrant light type things, but I did a little mock-up. I put a little fine grain, because that's kind of what you have in a home. Fine grain and larger grains, right? You get like real fine dust. And then, but you also have grit, like, you know, like little rocks, pebbles, you know, cereal or whatever that get crunched up and mashed up into the carpet. So I have, this carpet is fairly like a regular house carpet, okay? About is some a lot thicker, of course, right? The flat carpets, the commercial style, those are mostly for office spaces, but you may have an apartment that might have something like that. And dirt don't really have a lot of space to hide in those kind of carpets, but they do find a way to hide in these kind of carpets, all right? So I'm gonna sprinkle this down, and I wanna show you something that happened to us. I'm gonna show you how we get easily deceived, okay? All right? I'm gonna show you how we get easily deceived. So let's say, now obviously, dirt is not just sitting on top of your carpet like this all the time. Most of the dirt get grind in. But when you go into infomercials and stuff like that, or maybe a salesman come by the house, they may put stuff on the carpet like this to kind of give you a demonstration of how a carpet, the vacuum is supposed to clean. But I want to show you what happens to a vacuum that has no suction. Okay? That means it might be clogged or something. So I'm going to show you what happens. Even if a vacuum have no suction, it'll make you think that it's cleaning by deceiving you, okay? And you can end up cleaning for weeks, burning out your motor, because if there's no suction, the motor is overworking and is gonna burn out eventually, okay? So I wanna show you this test. Tell me where you think the dirt is going. I'm gonna do a sleight of hand, but I'm giving you the secret already. I'm not gonna wait till later to trick you. I'm gonna disconnect the suction from this, and without suction, the dirt shouldn't be picked up. You see what I'm saying? And the reason I'm disconnecting the suction, because this doesn't have a clog at this point. So I'm gonna have to give you like the illusion of a clog, okay? And the best way is to just remove the suction at all. And without suction, the dirt shouldn't be vacuumed, right? All right, so let's go. I hope that makes sense. Okay? Because if it doesn't make sense to someone, then I would just have to clog up the damn vacuum. You know, have to stuff something in it, okay? So I'm going to remove the suction just because I want to demonstrate that effectively, if there's no suction, you shouldn't pick up the dirt. That's what I'm saying. If there's no suction, you shouldn't be able to pick up dirt, right? Right, okay. So I'm going to turn this on. Suction is here, okay? Suction is here. All right. So now this brush is spinning like regular. Okay? Now watch this. Now, our eyes will tell us that this stuff got vacuumed. That's what the eyes tell you. Okay? Think about it. This look clean, man. I mean, hey, you know? But if you notice, there's nothing inside the dustbin because, of course, there was no suction. The suction was separated, okay? In other case, it would be the vacuum is clogged. So nothing can really get into the motor because, not into the motor, into the dustbin because it's clogged, right? But you wouldn't know it's clogged because, you don't see where the clog happened. Maybe something like this got jammed up in it somewhere. You have no clue. Sometimes the clog would be like right here in a spot like here. Sometimes the clog is like something, one of the kids used it and they vacuumed up something and it's stuck right here and you can't see it, right? But all you know is that when you plug your machine in and you go like this and you look down on the floor, it's like, well, yeah, it's cleaning, so you have no reason to believe that the vacuum is clogged up. Now, the only time you start noticing the vacuum is probably clogged up is if stuff starts to pop out. You know, like once in a while, you'll see stuff flying out the vacuum, right? And you're like, man, what the hell, you know? I mean, I just went over the spot, it's spitting the stuff out. By the time it's doing that, guys, just know that you've probably been vacuuming like that for a long time. And the clog, maybe it went from just being in a little clog right here, maybe, and then it started to back up. Or maybe it was right here, you know, where the hose is, and it just started to back up. So now you have maybe this much clog in there. By the time it started to spit it out, it was that much. Okay? So, does that make sense? Does that make any sense? That's right. It got pushed down into the rug, and we don't realize that that's what's happening. Okay, so the tissue test that I showed you the other day is one way to test for a clog by throwing the tissues in the the cleaning pad. Throw the tissues in here. You got it? A lot of the dirt, if you notice, there's still some stuff here. Look, you can see some right here. It didn't go nowhere. Look at that. It didn't really go anywhere. It just spun around in a circle. Okay? And a lot of people are going to notice that only after it's been like this for a while. All right, so let me turn this thing on so we can actually vacuum, okay? I'm going to show you the dirt inside the bin now. So the reason I like to use stuff like this, and this is just a combination of that carpet, the carpet fresh. The kind of carpet fresh I like to use are these kind of bulky ones, because regular carpet fresh or baking soda or whatever, baking powder, whatever people try to use, baking soda, it's not good for your motor because it gets past your filters and it just is so fine, it'll get into your motor and it just, like sheetrock, stuff like that. Not good for the motor, not good for the filters, okay? So I wouldn't, if you have sheetrock work done in the house, don't use a regular vacuum to clean it up. Use like a shop vac or something like that. Something that's built for that kind of fine particles. You will mess up your vacuum. And carpet fresh, the fine particles, it'll get past the filters and it'll mess up your vacuum, all right? There are very few vacuums out there that can withstand the micron size kind of pick up stuff like that that won't damage the motor. Okay, very few. All right, you have a couple out there, and especially if the filters have electrostatic charge to them, then they can cling to the filter a lot better than regular bags. Okay, so there's a couple of things you can do to offset that, right? But anyway, that's kind of okay. So now let's see if we got the dirt now. Now we vacuumed it for real. Okay. And the reason I like to use this because it's white and it's easy to see, and you want to make sure that if you're going to do a test like this, that you empty the dustbin and make sure there's no dirt in it at all right? And then you can really do a check and see, hey, is it picking up the dust? Okay, is it actually doing its job? Is it picking up? So you put some kind of grain, and I put a little bit of salt because salt is grainy. I don't use sugar because you can get ants, you know what I'm saying, roaches and whatnot, listen, man, when you live in the country, right, country area, like, the South, period, right, when I first came down here, man, these bugs at night, they're flying around the light outside the house, and these things will attack you, they'll smack you in your head, man, like, pow! But if you're living in, like, urban areas, city type areas, you don't know, the neighbor, you just kind of hope that your neighbors all take care of their home because you don't want like, you know, visitors, little creepy crawly visitors coming over to your house because so let's not give them an incentive. So don't use sugar to do a test like that. Use like grainy stuff, sand, right? Or I just use salt. It's cheap. It's like a couple of cents at a dollar store or whatever, and I mix it with my my big thick grain stuff, and then that gives me like the illusion of like real, what the consistency of dirt that comes into a regular house. So that's why I use something like this. Okay. All right. Let me pick this back up here. I don't want to stuff like this. All right. But that's the idea, guys. It's really just to test to see, is my thing actually cleaning? So I'll put it on the carpet like this, turn it on, go over it, okay? And if you did this, right? If you emptied your bin beforehand and you put it on the carpet, and you vacuumed all over the place, and you don't see nothing go inside of here, then you know for sure that, hey, I got a clog somewhere. Something is wrong, okay? Now, in this case, we have, I don't want to put the dirt on the carpet again. I don't want to have to vacuum it up again. All right? In this case, the suction is all hooked up, and we're all fine, and now we could show proof that, hey, honestly, it may not be as strong as I would like it to be, right? But it did pick up some stuff, okay? I think if I had a Kirby or something like that, it would have picked up a lot more, okay? Because it is what it is. The Kirby vacuums can really deep clean these carpets. So that's it, guys. That's kind of what the test is you would do. So I gave you a tissue test. Now, for those who didn't see the tissue test and you're interested, let me do it real quick, all right? I'm gonna do it real quick, all right? Let me roll this up. Let me get this out of here. All right? I'm gonna do a tissue test real quick. Now, this is my tissue test. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a Kirby, and I'm gonna do a tissue test with the Kirby, and I'm gonna do a tissue test with this. And I want to show you the difference. But I'm only showing you a difference just specifically for this reason. I'm gonna show you why. Okay, watch this. All right? Okay, so here's the tissue test, right? I'm gonna turn this on. I wanna see where the suction is, and you can just do this just to test your suction also, just in general, all right? But I'm gonna have fun with the tissue test with the Kirby anyway. Watch this. All right, so the brush is spinning, okay? I get my little tissue, and if I don't have suction, most likely it'll just pop out, right? Okay? I got suction, so I'm okay. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem that some people don't realize. And it is what it is, man. I'm not blaming the vacuum companies or anything like that. It's not one of those things. I'm not trying to trash the vacuum companies. But you have to realize what you have and what you're working with. So if you're vacuuming a carpet, realize that the suction is probably going to just be in the area where the hose is going to go to. The main suction. I'm talking like the deep cleaning part of the vacuum. It is right in this center spot right here. This is the deep cleaner part of the vacuum. Okay? The other section is like a sweeper. So the idea of this is to move the dirt to the center. Move the dirt to the center will suck it up. Now, other cleaners, right? The vacuum hose is on the side, okay? And the idea is to move the dirt to the part where the suction is. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that by this tissue test, all right? Watch this. Turn it on. Now, if the dirt comes in on this side, it'll pop out. Come to this side, pop out. But if I put it in the middle, it gets sucked in. You got me? I'm gonna do it again. If the dirt comes in on this side, pops out. If the dirt comes in on this side, pop out. But if the dirt goes in the middle, sucked in. Now, I don't think the companies are trying to be deceptive or saying, because really, if they sold you a head this big, you probably wouldn't buy the vacuum, right? But it's not deception. It's the understanding. You see the swirl. You see how the swirls of these brushes are. They're trying to move the dirt. That's really what they're trying to do. They're trying to move the dirt to the middle. Now, the reason why I don't think that's as effective as it should be, or as they would like it to be, is that you're not staying still. If you were vacuuming like this, okay? If you were vacuuming like this, my bad, turn it on again. If this is how you vacuum, it'll work. See that? See, if you did it this slow, if you did it that slow, it would work. Because then the dirt has enough time to get here and slowly move its way over here. And then the ones on this side can slowly move their way over here. But when you're going like this, right, it has no time to move. That means when you're going that fast, when you're vacuuming like the most people would do, you're combing the carpet so it looks nice, right? But only the middle is going to be vacuumed. Got it? So if you're using one of these little vacuums, just take your time. You don't have to feel like, oh shit, I gotta throw my vacuum away, right? just vacuum a little slower. Oh damn, everything got thrown over. Just dropped all my tools. Just vacuum a little slower, okay? And just allow the vacuum to work, okay? This is how you would get the most out of these little, the vacuums like these that have a narrow cleaning path, okay? That's, all right? But hey, guys, if you're just new to the channel, please subscribe, like, just hit a like, all right? Pass the way through, all right? These kind of videos here are designed to help people save money, educate you on some things about the vacuum. Some of these things you already know already. And then, and if you also feel like you want to support the channel, there are many ways you can do so. You can go to my link in the description, hit the support link, or you could become a member of the channel. That's fine. It's a few bucks a month. But let's keep this thing rocking and rolling, okay? Now, let's try the Kirby, okay? Let's try the Kirby. I'm going to do the same thing with the Kirby with that little tissue test, all right? And we're going to see how that Kirby works, all right? Hey man, thank you, man. Calvin, what's up, man? Hey, David. So we got a couple of Davids here, man. I'm down. All right. All right. So David, hey, Calvin is on the other link too. Hey, Calvin, you doing both of them? They should have replaced that because I don't know how Sharp make these models anymore. Yeah. No. It's all right. It's all right. It's funny. People come in with these, but it's not even the models, man. It's the designs. If the designs are all the same, like Hoover has a design like this. Let me move over. I'm gonna move over. Give me a second. I'm gonna get the Kirby, and I'm gonna get a Cirrus. Give me a second. And I want to show you what I'm talking about. I love visuals, all right? I love visuals. Okay. Take a look at this vacuum here. You see this? You see this little narrow hose right here? Okay? This narrow hose is letting you know, okay, that the suction to this vacuum, guys, is right here. This is the suction right here. Again, I don't think they're trying to deceive you, right? Because in your mind, I have a 13, 14, 15-inch cleaning path. Some people base their cleaning path on these things. Where's my ruler, right? Right, so this is a 14-inch cleaning path, right? Actually, no, my bad. This is more like a 12-inch because we can't count this section here. So even that, it's like, So you can't count this, right? So you have a 12-inch cleaning path, right? But in actuality, guys, for deep cleaning purposes, for sweeping purposes, you have a 12-inch sweeping path. And again, the brushes are spiral, so they're designed to move the dirt this way, okay? But deep cleaning purposes, you have 2-inch of cleaning path. And again, it's the way they make them. Don't bash anything, don't bash anybody. I'm not making any claims, but this is where all the cleaning is done on this particular machine. Even though this is a professional, heavy-duty commercial machine, the most of the suction is still going to be right here. Okay? And you know what? Let's find out. One thing is to say it, the next thing is to prove it, okay? So, where's my, and I'm selling this machine, man. If someone wants to buy it, I'm selling the machine, it's all right. But you just have to take your time if you're gonna clean thick carpets. Just vacuum slowly, that's all I'm saying. Don't expect that you're gonna get instant deep cleaning all the way across this thing, because the instant deep clean is happening right here. Let's turn it on. Hold on. Give me a second. Ugh. Can I take my brush off? My belt's off. Give me a second, guys. You know when you know something's wrong, you're like, what the hell? I think I was using this, I was testing out this, I was testing this out because I was going to try to replace it with something else. Give me a second. Let me put this belt on. If I did it right, I was supposed to put the belt on, then pull it, but I'm going to try to cheat here a second and use this little screwdriver to push it all the way on here. Here you go. Get on there for me. Come on, buddy. You're gonna have me do it the right way. Golly. You see what happens when you try to shortcut? You try to shortcut, it gives you a tougher time, man. It's like, man, look, man, you better do this thing right and stop playing around. All right. All right. I'm gonna do it right. Okay, teacher. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me see. No, I'm doing it wrong. Don't do it. Don't shortcut, guys. There's a right way and a wrong way, and I tried to do it the wrong way. Okay, so now let's put this back, and let's get our brush turning again so we can do it right. But again, this part, this extra 2 inches here, nothing is happening here. No dirt's going into this section, or at least it shouldn't be. It's just right here. Okay. All right. Come on, buddy. All right. Let's do the test now. Here we go. So, same test. Pops out. It flings it out. This is going to get sucked in. Well, it should be. Right here. But if you put it like on this side right here, it zings it out. You understand? Zings it out. Zings it out. Oh, hey! All right. So, the object of this is not to say it sucks. Well, it's not to say it sucks. It's play on words, right? But it is to say that if you have a vacuum that have this narrow suction, just know that the concentration of your suction is going to be here. That means you just want to take your time when you're going over your carpet, so you can really, if you want to deep clean, so you can get every area. That's all I'm saying about these things, all right? Not bashing it, All right. Now, let me show you how the Kirby works, which is similar. I gotta fix this back. I'll fix this. You know what? If I don't do it now, I might mess up and forget. Just like with that belt. So let me do it now, man. Let me not mess around. Because that's why the belt wasn't hooked on properly. I said I'm gonna do it later, and I didn't do it later. So I'll fix that. Now with the Kirby and the Royal, their design is different. Okay, it's a different design. So let's try that same suction test with the Kirby and see how it works. Okay. All right. Let's move this out the way. All right. We're gonna plug this bad boy in, and we're gonna flip it around like we did the other ones. All right. The belt should be on. Yep, the belt is on. Turn it around, and we're gonna do the suction test the same way. All right. Now. Are you ready? We're going to turn it on. This is what David said. Hold on. Let me see what David's saying. David is over in this one. David says, I put deck belts on lawnmower, move like that, right? But they spring loaded and move. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what I've never done, David? I've never really messed with the lawnmower belt. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Yep. Calvin. Yeah. Calvin says you like his vacuums that have height adjustments. And that one doesn't. Yeah. A lot of those vacuums just do the automatic adjustments, and you know, when the height adjustment is a benefit, it's a part of the deep cleaning process, but you know what the height adjustment does? It takes away the work from the customer, the automatic ones. And just like that smart, well, I'm gonna get back to the test guide. Just like the smart wash, that when you push it forward, it sprays so you don't have to squeeze. I'm not a fan of that, you know, personally. I want to put the amount of water in. That means I may not want to continue spraying when I go forward. I may want to not spray this, because maybe I'm going over the carpet one more time, right? So I may not want to continuously spray the carpet. That's my issue with that. As for the height adjustment, I'd like to control how far and how low, because I may be going over a spot where I don't want it to be that low. I just want to tickle the carpet. You know what I mean? You know, so having control is a lot. Ooh, man, holy cow! Having control is a lot better than the comfort. The reason I did that because I had something I was gonna put in the. I had a comment I was gonna put, and it was gonna be comfort feels like freedom until the bill comes. Let me put it on this one. Man. Let me put it on this one. Comfort feels like freedom until the bill comes. Oh my gosh. And I was talking about comfort, and it just segued into that. Let's do the Kirby, guys. This one popped out. All sides of the Kirby is getting sucked in, right? So it's not just concentrated, because the Kirby, the what do you call that? The hole is here, right? So even though the hole is here, it's not just concentrated here. Kirby was able to successfully spread the suction to all the entire head, okay? So the whole head is one big suction. Does that make sense? Is that cool? You know? Kirby for the win, Dave. That's right. And the sanitiers, honestly, the sanitiers are the same. You know, it's just that you know what it is? It's the V shape of the head. It's to me, right? I think if the Kirby had if they had a traditional head like those, it would be the same thing as those. It's the way the head is designed. It's this shape. It's this suction cup shape. I think that's what does it. Okay, the suction cup shape. So, where's my rag? I had a thing. Let me turn this thing on and hit that carpet. Do you know, I believe there's still a lot of sand and that stuff I put on here in this carpet. Now, the height adjustment on the Kirby, like Calvin was talking about just now, and for those of you who are on the vertical, you may not see the comments later if, you know, so we have a couple of guys chatting back and forth here, and, you know, but anyway, so what Calvin says, he prefers vacuums with height adjustments. So even if you have the little knob that turns, right, have the, you know, it moves the wheel, okay, which is fine. This is kind of doing the same thing because this height adjustment is attached to the wheel, okay, and when you press down, it just goes down. Now, the way I use a Kirby, if you're a Kirby owner, don't do it like this. Don't go and just push it all the way down to the floor, okay? I think, does Royal have a height adjustment like this? I think Royal does also. I think they have I don't even think they make that vacuum anymore though, that Royal, that old school Royal. But if you're a Kirby owner, this is how you should do it, okay? This is how you should do it. You turn it on, slowly, 1, 2, 3, you see that? Now, there's still room under here, right? There's still room under here. See that? But you didn't, this particular carpet, I didn't need to go any lower because what the vacuum just did, because it dispersed the suction all the way across, it sucked up the carpet into the vacuum. But that also leaves room under the carpet. So airflow can keep bringing it in and it can kind of vacuum out the dirt from under the carpet. You got that? So you turn it on and you vacuum. Now if you need to go lower, you can go low. You can go lower. But this is all you need to do. Anyway, that's that. I hope that test will help people, right? So so we started out just kind of figuring out if your vacuum is clogged, okay? We kind of segued into understanding the difference between, you know, suction here only, or you get a vacuum with suction is on the whole head. All right. Now, yes, the machine is heavy. They're expensive, but the secret to the cleaning of this machine is part of it is this. Okay, part of it is this, and part of it is the fact that the fan is right in the front of the machine. Okay, and so the suction is concentrated. So you have 3 parts. You have height adjustment. You also have a kind of brush that vibrates. If you notice, this brush, it's not a swirl anymore, right? It goes dot, 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 dot. So it's like hitting it many more times than a regular brush would. The other brushes are designed to sweep. These brushes are pow, pow, pow. Then it goes this way, pow, pow. And then pow, pow, pow. So it's like a brrr, it's like, you know, it's vibrating the carpet. And when you do that, and the carpet lifts up and you have the airflow, that dirt just gets, you know, gets sucked up. It starts to shake and it's gone, right? So that's the idea, guys. All right, I'm not trying to sell you a Kirby. That's the idea. All right, so the last thing, man, I got a backpack and I'm trying to check for the motor. Something is going on with the motor, and when you have a motor that's making a lot of noise, you want to find out where the noise is coming from, what's causing the noise. There are different noises that motors make. So I'm gonna get into that right now, okay? Holy cow. Sorry, guys. I should not have had that tag right. Okay, any questions, man? Q&A. Any questions on this before I go any further with this little backpack? What we got? Okay. Commercial sanitaire. Okay, the missing brush. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, the missing brush areas. Right. All of those things give is a part of the design for it to deep clean. Okay. But if you notice, the reason again, those machines they're doing a good job because they're doing what they're designed to do. Those brushes are in a swirling pattern to move the dirt. That's really the idea. So it's either trying to move it to the middle or it's trying to move it to one end, from one end to the other end. It's just that for it to work effectively, you're gonna have to move slower. Okay, don't just zing past the vacuum. Okay, just don't do it like that. Take your time and just, slowly vacuum. Okay, all right. I have a friend of mine that has a cleaning business, and baño. I don't know what that means. I may have to translate that somehow. But I have a friend of mine that have a cleaning business that she likes to leave the streaks, in the carpet, So when people come home, they look at their carpet. They can tell the carpet was properly cleaned, and she took her time because she'll walk that carpet, man, and make every, she want that line, She wanted to be like, and that's nice, that's all good, man. That's all good visuals and everything else. All right. Okay, so I'm just double checking. Anything else? And okay, I'm gonna move on to the next thing. All right. Fantastic. Okay. So Dave, yeah, I still haven't got my camera to click in. I'm not sure why my overhead cam is not doing his duty today. I'm gonna do a one check though. I'm gonna do a one check, and if this works, then we're great. Give me a second. A little intermission, folks. A little intermission there. If you can give me a second. I'm checking to see why my camera is acting like a booga wooga. Or whatever name you want to give when things are not doing their job. It's like, come on, man. What are we doing again? But it's no stop. But hey, I do have a riddle, though. I do have a riddle for you guys. I do have a riddle. Hey, is it really what it's doing? Wait, are both linked? No way! Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, you two. You guys are doing your thing. I'm learning as I go. Is that what it's doing? Interesting. They're both linked. The comment section is linked on the vertical and on the horizontal, as if it's one feed, but it's two different feeds. I have two different cameras at work here, 1 and 2, and so it's two. I have two separate. Anyway, I'm learning. I'm fascinated. I'm like, oh, look at that. Okay, I'm looking for my camera. I'm trying to find this camera, the overhead camera, and why it's all of a sudden the light went out of the camera. I tried unplugging it and plugging it back in. It didn't fix it. And I'm trying to see why for a second. Just a quick second. Both of them are supposed to be on. This app, using this camera right now. Camera change it. All right. Need help with the camera. I'm not going to worry about it, man. All right. Camera preview, start. Okay. All right. There's issues with the camera. All of a sudden, the camera want to give me problems. What the hell? All right, so let's get this motor up here and see what's happening. Okay, so I have this backpack. All right, this backpack got tape and all this stuff on it. I guess what's been happening, this thing been blowing off, I guess. So they have tape on it. You know, look, duct tape can do a lot of stuff, right? Hey man, look, duct tape's gonna come through. You know, but this also shows that this is who we are as humans, man. We're gonna adapt. You know, we're gonna adapt. We're gonna find a way, man. If you ever see a guy out there who's driving a car and they have their window taped up, right? Or they're using what do you call that? Like you got a cracked window and they're using oh my God, crazy glue. You know, it's just what we're gonna find a way to work around things. Okay. Everything is not perfect, and not even every fix is going to be perfect. We find a way, man. A lot of guys in shops have to get creative when certain nuts are not coming off. They're going to have to find a way to get it off. Struts and something, and with the spring, whatever that spring is called, something is, you know, swap one out to the other one. There's a lot of creativity that goes into problem solving and fixing things. And that's what we do. So just keep that in mind. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, don't feel funny. You know, oh, I gotta put duct tape on it. Yeah, what are you gonna do? If you had something else, you would do something else. Use duct tape until something else come around. You know what I'm saying? You know, use duct tape, man. I've seen guys. They're going into like a place where it's water. And they got to walk into it, and they tape plastic bags over their shoes, you know. And if you look at it, it looks strange, it looks odd, right? But this guy got plastic bag over his shoes, and you're like, well, I don't want to look silly. Okay, you got soaked feet. Good for you. You accomplished your goal. You accomplished your goal, man. So I respect those people who find a way. All right? Find a way. Okay, so this is what happened. I knocked over all my screws, man, just now. So let's see. I could probably still use this. Let me see something. I knocked over all my long stuff. And now I'm in this. Oh, no. Let me turn it on first. I don't know why I'm going in here. Let me turn it on so you guys can hear it. Wow! Damn! So imagine using this thing. Something is obviously wrong with this. So let's find out. Something is wrong. Now, it don't sound like a bearing. Honestly, it sounds like a fan. It sounds like the fan, from my opinion. The Electrolux. So Dave said my sister's job was a vacuum. What? Really? Carpet, right? We just beat a bar and handle, and vacuum still in closet. Really? Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Make that happen. You know. However, she got a vacuum. You know, my young son's his job is to vacuum. He vacuums and he shampoos the stairs. He has to vacuum and shampoo the stairs, and he will vacuum the downstairs. But I don't even want carpet on my stairs anymore. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a good little training tool for me and him. So I appreciate it for that, but. Look like somebody was messing with this. Somebody was messing with this. You know, you see screws missing. Somebody was messing with it. So I'm gonna have to put the screws back in. I'm here digging in, like looking for the screw, and I'm like, damn, what the hell? There's no screw. The screws are missing. Somebody was messing around. All right. Okay. A beater. Hey, I mean, they used to beat the carpet. If you remember those beater bars, the old Sanitaire commercials. Now, damn it, Calvin, thank you for mentioning that. Coño, man, you were at, you know what Sanitaire commercial I was thinking about? I was thinking about the bagless ones for some reason. But you must be talking about the bagged Sanitaire with the fan at the bottom. And the cleaning path goes like that. I believe those, if I had one here right now, I believe that would pass that tissue test also. I think that Sanitaire would pass that tissue test, Calvin. Sorry, man, I was so late on that, bro. You're like a league ahead of me on this one. But yeah, I think that Sanitaire would pass this tissue test. Right, and because the reason why it even came to mind, I was talking about the beater bar when Dave mentioned about his sister's, job to vacuum and using the beater and the strips and everything, and the Sanitaire uses one line brush, and one line is a bumpy thing, and I think the idea is for it to, beat sweet, beat sweet, beat sweet. Sweet, and I think that's what it's trying to do, to create the vibration in the carpet, to shake the dirt up. The next rotation is going to sweep it. The next one beats it. The next one sweeps it, and that's kind of harsh on your carpet. That's brutal. Yeah, I probably now the Sanitaire does sell. They have brushes that you can. They have where it's all brushes that still use that round belt, and you can have, instead of a brush and a metal beater bar, it'll have 4 brushes. So, but I still think that Sanitaire would pass that test. That's just my opinion. I don't have it here to test it, but I think it will. I'm gonna take this hose off because I want to turn this around, but I also don't want the dirt to spill all over the place. So I'm gonna take this. I'm going to take the dirt. Oh, well, there's no dirt in it. Good. Excellent. Even better. Okay. Let's flip this over. Okay, I'm going to have to take everything out because I want to see what's going on in that motor. And I don't want to turn it on again. So let's take everything out of this thing. Let's see what's happening with this motor, guys. And we're going to be wrapping it up. I suspect I'm going to need a new motor. I'll be honest with you. A replacement motor. I have something for you though, David. I have a riddle. I have a riddle for you. What happened to Brienne? Is Brienne okay? You heard from her, Dave? All right, I put it in both links. Okay. Check out that. Tell me what you think about that. Tell me what you think about that one, Dave. Okay? Tell me what you think about that one. Is Calvin still here? All right, let's see what we got cooking here, man. We're going to take this off. Okay? Let's take this out. I swear it sounds like the fan. It sounds like the fan to me. It sounds like the fan to me, man. Like some crap got into the fan. You know, like almost like when people vacuum without the if they vacuum without the bag, or the bag bursts and hair and crud got into the fan, I'm thinking that's what it is. Yeah, it was really Saturday. It was Saturday. She was on Saturday at the race. She was on Saturday at the race. She was giving me a thumbs up on the fact. I mean, there was no noise on the damn camera. I found out why. My son told me. He said, "Dad, your battery was low, so the phone diverted, from using the camera I mean the microphone. And I was like, oh my God, man, I'm in here like, what the hell, man? I can't, and it happened. That was the third day of malfunction. The first day was, and I didn't realize that again. I used to be able to put create broadcast on the OBS Studio app, right? I used to be able to say create broadcast, and then I can upload my thumbnail, I can put my title, my description, and then I can then click select, create and select broadcast, and I can schedule it for half hour or whatever, and then I could hit go live. Okay. Now it only has go live, and a couple of things shifted and changed, and it's almost like when your cell phone have to now be upgraded to, like, you have to be able to shoot in 4K or something like that, and so the old method is not going to work. So I just had to go through that growing pain, and that's what it was. And I didn't realize that change had happened. So they don't give OBS Studio the ability to create the broadcast and all that stuff and do that anymore. So all that happened in a matter of a couple of days, and I wasn't aware of it. But I quickly got aware of it. Oh man! All right, so I took off all the wiring. Okay. And now this camera issue over here, my overhead is acting up, but it's fine, man. It's fine. It's like, you keep throwing it at me. I'll be here. Okay, what the hell is going on here? What's causing this motor to act funny? The carbon brushes are look like they're really going through some serious work. The carbon brushes look like they're, why am I using this long thing here? She's a shorter one. They look like they've been worked out a bit. They look like they've been worked out a bit. Now this is still a new looking carbon brush. Look at that. It's still nice and long, but the commutator is really, I'm not gonna do that. I could use something to pull it out or whatever. Pry it out. This has to come out. I don't want to force it right now. Yeah, I think, look at this. This thing, wow, this has been really pushing hard. Even the commutator has been worn so much that it has a lip. It has a lip on it. Now there's a couple of times I've grind down the commutator. Okay, so it's one even thing all around. But I'll be perfectly honest with you, man. I have a feeling, I have a sneaky suspicion it's time for this guy to go, because from the bottom and the top is out, and right in the middle is like it's pushed in. It's like it looks like a Coca-Cola bottle. The commutator like that. So I have a feeling this guy's kind of he's rode out his I thought it was a fan though. It sounds like a fan. I swear to God, that hard sound like a fan. Like a fan is either dent or broken, or something is in it. But I don't see anything inside this fan that would cause that. I don't see any crud. I don't see hair. I don't see any. I don't see anything that would cause that. So the only thing I'm thinking about is these guys up here would probably be the next thing. Or maybe a bearing or something like that is wrong with this. So we're going to swap out this motor. Okay? All right? Ah, dude! You did a good job on that, Dave. Yes. 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 Fear. Anything, and so Dave said anything that he doesn't deal with, it builds up. Okay, so when he face it and dig in and start to understand it, it goes away, and that's it. That's it. That's what probably upset me the most about the streaming issue I was having, is that I didn't know why it was happening, and that means the control was out of my hands. I had no control. I didn't know what to do, right? And it's happening in real time. So I'm like, what the hell? You know, what's going on, right? So I'm not sure if my thing was fear on that, but it was frustration, right? Because it's happening in real time and you don't know. Now, the moment you know what to do, then I'm like, oh, okay. All right, let me check the bit rate. Let me check all this stuff. Let me check my Wi-Fi stuff. Then I'm able to troubleshoot. And so the way I troubleshooted this one was I redid the Wi-Fi, right? What I mean is I renamed it, took any devices off of it, so there's no other strain on my Wi-Fi, but what I need to do. Then I plugged in this computer directly right into the router. So I use a line. Forget the Wi-Fi. I use the line on this one. Got it? So I said, all right, let's do that. Let's plug it directly in, and then let's make sure there's not a lot of units using my router. Next step. Then I checked to see if the update was a problem. Then I checked to see if what's wrong with the software. And then I found out that there was a change made in the connection between YouTube and the software. And that's where the hesitation was happening. But the stuff with the phones is, yesterday my phone, I thought my phone was charging. It's plugged in, it wasn't charging for some reason, it went dead on me, right? It's like, damn it. And then on Saturday with the phone again, it wasn't charged again. And that's how that volume wasn't. So, you know, my bad, right? My bad. And that's all it is. Moving on. But the knowledge gave me clarity, and I was able to just like, you know what, I'm fine. And when you start dealing with crap over and over again, which is life, you stop getting too anxious and you stop kind of, you know, have a woe is me, and you just like, you get pissed off, man, because you don't want this shit to happen while you're, you know, you get irritated. But feeling defeated is worse than being irritated. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, feeling defeated and I'm a victim is worse than being irritated. I could be irritated about a lot of things. And it may just motivate me to go forward and attack it even harder. But when you feel defeated, you don't even think you can do anything about it. You just feel like you're just, you know, I'm a victim. That's it. There's nothing I can do. And I gotta live the rest of my life like this. And that's not a good place to be. Okay, so the mindset that we celebrate here on this channel is get it done, get it fixed, find a way. And I celebrate people that find a way, you know, because that's what we got to do. All right. So let me see. I think this is here like this. Yeah, this was like this. Yeah, this was like this. Because these two guys got to come out. All right, I'm gonna swap this guy out, and we're gonna find out what another one of these motors would cost. I don't even want to, honestly, looking at how look at this, looking at how messed up this thing is and how much is grinding away. I don't want to grind away at this commutator. I think the best thing, especially being that she's using it for work, it's best thing to just have a brand new motor and just make it work, and that's it. All right. That's it, guys. I hope this stream helped in one way or the other. Okay? If there's any questions on this stuff, let me know and I'll answer it now. Other than that, we're gonna rock and roll, man. All right, let me get this guy back up here. Ooh. Oh gosh, dang, man, I had something I wanted to share, man. I had something I want to share. So for those who are on the vertical setup, you may not see this because I'm gonna share a browser. I'm gonna see if I can share it. This is funny. So, and this is the last thing. I'm gonna leave you on a positive. I'm gonna leave you on a little positive. Okay. I had a couple of things that had me cracking up, so I want to share this with you. I had a few things that had me cracking up, man. That I just. Let me see. Let me share my browser with you, right? So okay. So just like here's the thing. In America, right? In America, you're expecting it to be a melting pot, right? That's the expectation, melting pot, right? And then also, if someone's coming from, let's say, Russia, you're expecting a particular accent, right? But you can't necessarily tell someone's from Russia until they start speaking, okay? And so in the Caribbean, you will have, you have people that are Chinese, Indian, white, Syrian, all kind of different people that go there and buy property. Some people decide to live there, have their kids there, they stay there. So when you're on this side in America, right? You start getting used to the accents of different people. So you see them, you kind of anticipate the accent, right? It's like plays with our brain. So if you see someone who looks Chinese, but has let's say has an Indian accent, it may throw you off a little bit, right? If they look Chinese but have a Jamaican accent, it throws you off a little bit. Like you can see a white person with there's a guy online called White Yardie, right? And so this lady here was cool because I run into these people a lot, and it's just fun to watch. It's fun to see. It's always good, and I figured that he's decided to make content out of it, and have his grandma on there. Now I don't think it's AI because I ran into a couple of guys that I worked with in New York that had this accent. So listen to this one, and then we'll sign off. All right, but I thought it's cool. It's cool and fun and exciting and all that good stuff. Let me see. Where's she at, man? Okay, let's see if I can find this. I gotta find the actual. Browser to make it work. Okay, here we go. I found the browser. All right, let me share it over. Right? Okay, let's play it.
Why?
Them think you're AI.
True.
Let me see. Do you do it? No, hold on.
What AI is?
The artificial
intelligence. What you said the AI be?
Artificial India.
But tell them say you're born in Jamaica.
Me born in Jamaica, lady of the soil in Hampshire.
Yeah?
One little place in a country named Hampshire, me born.
No.
Uncle, at 77 years, me dey on hurt right now.
That is
it. So me not gonna away me a Jamaican. Daughter of the soil.
Yeah what?
Jamaican. Daughter of the soil.
And remember you can't forget God,
Forget God, oh me forget God. Jesus is Lord of all.
That is it.
You hear me? So hold on by that.
That is it.
Is that cool, lady, man? Is that lady funny or what, man? That's all right. Oh man, there was a guy that used to in the Bronx. We used to like with a sales office like that. When you have like 5, 6, 7 vehicles on the road all the time, you need a go-to for like your towing and all those things. And the guy that used to tow our trucks, his name was Mr. Chang. It was a Jamaican Asian guy, and he was always cool. But every time he talked, I always heard him. I was like, because your ears are already conditioned to one accent, and something else comes out. You're like, okay, so that's exciting, man. That's positive. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up today with that one. I figured I'll leave Dave with that. little giggle. I thinks I can fix anything and has more confidence in me than I do. I know, right? You didn't expect that, right, Dave? Yeah, yeah. And you know what? On both of those things, he said, Dave said, I thought about English girl yelling about where all the real men are that can fix things all afternoon. Were you really? I thought, listen, that lady, she was funny. She was real funny. And this lady is funny too. This lady is funny too, and you know, and she's like, "That's right." She says, "Hey, how can I forget God?" Oh man, but that's the accent of my youth. When the people that was around me, Dad and Hispanics and Italian and just regular American accents and stuff like that. And there's not even a regular American. There's so many different accents in America. Just I'm talking Americans, not even people from another country. Just America itself has like so many different accents. Okay, from Texas all the way through Louisiana, all the way to the Midwest, the California people, the North Carolina people, Virginia, DC, Staten Island, Brooklyn, even in New York, just New York alone, you got Staten Island, Brooklyn, Long Island, Queens, Manhattan. They're all those little accents are slightly different. It's crazy. So that's awesome, man. My nerve doctor is South African. Drives a G-Wagon, talks very fancy, sounds sharp. Yeah, the South African accent's a little bit almost like English, like an English accent of sorts. Yeah, and yeah, that's interesting also, and then you have the ones with the French twang on it. Yeah, they got a bunch of different accents too, I'm not sure about India. India seemed like it's a kind of even though they have different languages, they all, there's a lot of different dialects. On the state side, it kind of sounds the same to me in my ears. My ears are kind of the same. I can tell Korean accent versus Japanese versus Chinese. I can tell the difference in all three. Maybe because the content that I listen to. I would do a lot of subtitle movies and stuff like that, and I can hear them talk, and I can tell that okay, this is a Korean accent. And even Filipino in Taiwan has a slightly different twang. But for some reason, I think Indian. At least I haven't paid attention enough, I guess, because when I met my wife, I started watching a lot of Bollywood movies and stuff like that, and even the ones in Tamil language, and their English sounds about the same to me. So that one I can't tell the difference. But African has a lot of different ones. America, a lot. Australia, to me, is kind of one. I think England is England may have maybe one or two different. But I wouldn't be able to tell. I can't tell like you're from Wales and you're from, I couldn't tell. You got Southern Hillbilly. You got a Southern Hillbilly accent. You say you hate to hear yourself. I'm not, it's funny, man. My voice, the depth of my voice, sometimes, I don't know. I guess each person listening to themselves, they have their own criticisms of their own voice. So when I hear myself sometimes, I'm like, so I guess, it's very easy to kind of criticize yourself, It took a lot of confidence, man. Listen, for me to be recording on YouTube, listen, I grew up as an introvert kind of person, very shy kind of an individual. My kids, unfortunately, I threw some of that on the kids, but Sam is very extrovert, so they kind of balanced it out. They balanced it out. They're a lot more outgoing at their age than I was at their age. Okay, And if it honestly, if it wasn't for the sales position I was in, I probably would have remained that way. Okay, because I was forced out of my comfort zone to talk to people, and because I wanted to succeed, so I realized that I had to do this, and believe it or not, it even changed the way I expressed myself to my mom, just talking and hugging and just communicating and asking things and saying things and expressing myself. It just became easier as I got older, but it wasn't a natural, like it didn't come out of me naturally. In other words, I had to cultivate it. So getting on YouTube was like, okay, let me give it a shot. Let me talk to people. Let me talk to the camera, and who knows how they're gonna receive me, and who knows what they're gonna say. And after I really stopped really caring whether or not it's negative or positive or whatever, I know my intent is good. Then I left it at that. I'm trying to help people. So, but hey, man, guys, have a blessed day. One more thing I'm gonna share with you on this my little comment in the feed, and this is what I'm gonna share with you right now, and it ties into the last thing I said. What you avoid today quietly controls your tomorrow. And serious business, guys, that is exactly how I feel about the stuff I do here, and about learning, deciding to speak, because it's going to be there tomorrow. It's, the same fear and the same apprehension is going to be there tomorrow, maybe even stronger. So along with the fear thing that David told me, do the thing you fear the most and fear will die a sudden death, was what my distributor told me. He kept saying it to me over and over again. Wayne, you got to do the things you fear the most, and then fear will die a sudden death. And every morning I'm just remembering, do the things you fear the most, and fear will die a sudden death. And I didn't, it sounded like that's a cliche, but I realized that the more you do things, the more you get familiar with it. You ran into a brick wall, then you realize how to go around the wall, then you realize how to dig under the wall, then you realize how to climb over the wall, then you realize how thick the wall is, because you kept doing the thing you feared the most. And that was that. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Adios and amigos. All right, I gotta end the feed here real quick. I think I'll do that. Dave, man, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Stay positive, bro. All right, thanks for all the support. Really appreciate it. And you guys, I will see you tomorrow.